Hi, Matt. Hello. Welcome back to Files, and we've got a rehouse to do. Well, technically not a rehouse, but a revamp of a house and a catch and a put back in. So this little Grammy is the Grammostola pulchra. It's my partner. She had about 4 years now, Salvador, and it has not molted once. And it barely moves, and it's very chill, so it shouldn't be too hard. We're going to spruce it up a bit, give it a bit more substrate, and Brazil it up a bit, because it is, after all, a Brazilian black. So let's do this. Okay, so first things first, we need to get her out of there so we can get rid of the substrate and clear it out nicely for her, and just clean up any water spots and stuff, any misty stains that you might get on the tank after a few years. And then we'll replace all the substrate in there and pop it back in, and we'll just jazz it up a bit, make it a bit more suitable for her. So, right, lid off, first things first. I'm not really worried about this one running away, because she can't even be bothered to molt, so I don't think she's going to be that bothered about running off. Anyway, we hope. There's always a first, and it'll probably be when she's on video. So first things first, I'm still not being silly, I'm going to use my tongs just to move her hide. Sorry darling. So we'll clear the area first, it's always easier. That there. Again, we'll get the water dish out of the way. Not that that's the water dish we're going to be keeping, because it's a crappy lid. So, that's her all free there. So now, let's get her caught up. Now, as I say, she's pretty chill. So I might just choose the size box I want to put her in. I've got a nice little square one here that should fit her perfectly. Or a large cricket tub, but I've got more ease of access using a small one. So I've got this one here, that should do nicely. So I'm just gonna pop this over her. There she goes. So she's not too mad, but she's still gonna be like, dude, what the hell? And then we just pop the lid on next to her. I'm just going to slowly walk her across. There you go, see, she's a little bit bothered at first, but now she's got a firm force behind her pushing her along consistently and slowly without jabbing and stabbing and poking and brushing at her. She's all good, so she's in there, all nice and safe. Just make sure she hasn't got a toe in the gap there. We're good. And there she is. So she's a sub-adult, so she's a good size. She's probably about 5 inches-ish, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Hard to tell really. I'll pop her on my hand and give you a vague idea. I'm a large glove size, by the way, so not huge hands, but she's very pretty. And we've had her for about, like I say, 4 years now. Okay, here's the tank all cleaned out. We had a minor emergency. When I was drying the lid, I dropped it. Well, I say I dropped it. The little handle peeled off in my hand, holding it between my thumb and forefinger, straight on my hands, everywhere on the floor. So we've had to improvise. For now, temporary cardboard lid with enough weight popped on it until we get something sorted. I've done it before, it's fine. And also she's not incredibly active, so I'm not too worried. If it was rusty, I wouldn't. But for now, that will do. Anyway, let's ignore that. On to filling this up. So we've got a good mix of substrate here. Some moss there, although I've got some slightly dry stuff here. Got a load of cork bark up here too. And we've got her hide already here. So first of all, we'll chuck a load of first substrate layer in. We're not doing full bioactive here. I'll just pop you out of the way there, Salem. Because it's only a little tank. And one day she will be big enough to get a different tank, a bigger one, because they do grow quite large, about 8 inches. But this one, in 4 years, has never once molted, so who knows when that'll be. So let's just posh her up in the one she's in for now, because she's got enough floor space in there quite happily as she is. So we're going to give her a slightly nicer water dish than she had before. This is a really quick one. It's just shows you how fast you can do a home, because I tend to blab in my other ones. That's her home there, so her hide there, sorry. So we'll try and bury that in the corner. I like to do that. A bit more substrate in the corner where it's going, so there's some inside it. That's perfect. We're going to have that slightly front facing, so when she's in there we can still see it. That's my little tactic. They're nice display spiders because they do spend a lot of their time just chilling out outside the hide, but we want her to feel like she's got one to go in if she fancies, so we'll give her what we give all the other ones. Nice little buried hide, and it just gives that little slice of life look, I think, as does this substrate. The substrate I mixed up myself. It's a little bit of spider life, not as much as I would normally put in, but I didn't have too much left, and cocoa fibre, a bit of peat moss, and as you can see, lots of sphagnum moss, because it just helps to keep it nice and moist without me constantly misting or over misting, because that's not the best thing as well. There we go, so she's got enough space to walk around there. Lovely. A leaf litter. Just sprinkle some of that around for texture. It's just one big leaf, but in a little tank like this. That's all you really need. There we go. Right, that's enough substrate for her, I think. Maybe a little bit more at the back just to give that a bit of depth. Just up to the ventilation mesh there. There we go, that gives her a nice little walking spot there. Just make sure that's nice and full in there. I think we can chuck a bit more substrate in there just in case she wants to dig. Again, I highly doubt she will, because she hasn't done before, but you still want to give them the opportunity to do so just in case, because if you do find they start burrowing all of a sudden, like Zenobia, when I put her in her bioactive, she suddenly started digging today. You might have seen in the short. Dig that hole, baby. Right, I've also got some nice green Dust Pro moss that I fluffed up yesterday. And as you can see, that just adds a bit of foresty look. We're not going to have a huge amount, but we are going to do what we normally do. And just cover up the top of the hide with a nice bit of fluffy green moss. Just a little bit more on top there. There we go, and that should help us to retain a nice amount of humidity without having to constantly spray all the time. Lovely, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so that's all done, pretty basic. Water dish, hide, bit of moss, nice amount of substrate in there, not too much, not too little, and she's going to get popped in there now, so let's do that. Okay, let's get this little sweetheart back in our house. Here she is. That's Salem. She's pretty chill. So what we're going to do is just put her there, so she's going to be pointed towards her hide. We'll loosen at her end first. Push it down for her. Make sure it's loose enough to get off when you want, so she can just walk into her new house without being too fast. So we'll take that off now. Come on, darling, look out of the box. Make sure she can see. So I just need to give her a bit of encouragement here, I think. Come on, darling, come on. That's it. There we go. Now we want her to go this way. Just get off that lid, mate, and then I can get that out of your way. There's a nice hide there for you. Once you go flicking hairs at me, you give you a slightly better look at her there. There she is. So she's a lovely spider, so I think she'll suit that for a while. And then when she finally decides to molt, we can put her in something a bit posher like one of the Komodo cubes. Okay, so that's Salem the Grammostola pulchra all in a new house, so she's happy. Nice bed of water dish, nice bit of nice fluffy moss there, a bit more substrate, a bit more humid, much more suited to her species natural environment. It's always nice. So we can pop her currently very temporary lid. We say if you've got to do this, do it with weights on. Don't forget them because your spider could get out. This one probably not going to bother trying, to be honest, but still we don't take chances. We pop enough weights on that they won't get out. So we'll pop this on here. We don't need to worry about ventilation. Put something on top there first, and then we will weigh it down with other things on the side, such as that. And because it's vaguely decorative and doesn't look completely ridiculous, we'll pop a little scale next to it as well. So she's all covered. She can't get out of there. Job's a good one. Thanks for watching again. See you next time on the Arachnophile. Bye bye.